You got to live for that which is worth dying for. If it's not worth dying for, don't live for it. That sports team doesn't care. It does not care if you're watching it. It doesn't care if you're going to spend 3.5 hours today. But Jesus cares how you'll spend those 3.5 hours. A long time ago, I was a little kid, preteen, middle school, stationed at a military base in the Midwest. And some family members came to visit us from back east. And they took us out to a store, which I'll say which one in a minute. And they said, we'll buy, whatever you want, we'll buy you. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, we shopped at Kmart. Y'all remember Kmart? But we didn't just shop at Kmart. We shopped at Kmart, and we went to the places where the blue light was on. You remember the blue light special? Remember? They'd get on the intercom, blue light special, aisle 4, right? And so we'd all scurry. We shopped the blue light special at Kmart. Well, they came to visit. Now, some of you are too young for that. You don't remember the blue light special at Kmart, but it was a real thing. And it's kind of like the mosquito, lights that you go to the mosquito light. And said, you can get anything you want. Now, when I tell you what I asked for, and of course they first said, really, you want that? With some shock. And I said, yeah, I did. I do, and they bought it for me. When I tell you what they got, because I said this is what I'd like, of anything in the store, that was appropriate for kids, you're going to say, you've often said that you're not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, and now we know for a fact you're not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. And so they said, you can have any toy you want, we'll buy it. And my brother and sister, they went to the toy area. They said, what would you like? I would like a box of 12 yellow number 2 pencils. That's what they said. What? And so they said, what? I said, yeah, I'd like a box of pencils. And so they bought me a box of yellow number 2 pencils. Not this one, that was a long time ago. But here's the thing. I was completely content with a box of 12 yellow number 2 pencils. I didn't leave that store. I didn't leave Kmart thinking, oh man, I should have got something else. I didn't look at my sister and brother and say, oh man, I wish I got what they got. I was totally content. You have to understand this. I was completely and totally, absolutely content walking out of Kmart with a box of 12 number 2 yellow pencils. I was not disappointed. I was content. Here's the challenge. For far too many of us, we are content living a yellow number 2 pencil life. You see, now I realize I should have gone for the bike. I certainly could have gone a lot farther, but I was content because in my world, a box of 12 yellow number 2 pencils, that was good. And I was sincerely content. I remember the feeling of being very content with that. The problem in our life, your life, our life, we are content living a life of yellow number 2 pencils. But that's not why Jesus died for you. That's not why he died for me. I should have gone for the bike. I could have gone farther. At a person's deathbed, many people will realize that they lived a yellow number 2 pencil life. Now, they're not going to say it that way. Here's how they say it. Did it matter? Was it worth it? What difference did it make that I was alive? What was the meaning of my life? Why did God put me here? And you have to understand, when someone's asking that question, it's in the context of that deathbed experience. And all the things they've accumulated, all the things they've acquired, it has now been boiled down within their eyesight to a bookshelf with a few photos, stuffed animals, a few trinkets, certificates, and they're looking at this bookshelf, which is now the summation physically of their existence. And they're looking at it, they're saying, did it matter? Was it worth it? The ups and the downs did it matter? Did it make a difference?